Hey, do you think you have what it takes to become wealthy? I know we have asked that question to ourselves many times since my first video, and we will continue doing so in the future. The reason is, unless you can't answer that question by yes or no, there's no real hope to achieve financial freedom. To get out of the rat race, you need to start planning for your financial future now. When do you want to be financially free? It is in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, or at retirement. The answer to this question does not really matter unless you start today. To do so, you need to understand your current financial situation and grow from there. Knowing that you are financially in trouble is not really important. What is important is to know why you are in this situation. If you do not know where your money is going currently, it is impossible to fix or to improve your financial situation, and therefore you cannot plan for your future. It is one of the major problems of the rat race people today. They simply do not know or understand why they are in that situation. Are you ready to take a hard look at your financial freedom? If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the bell button, and hit the like button. Hey guys, this is Serge. Financially speaking, planning for your financial future will require you to know where and how you should spend your money, up to a single penny. Meaning you will need to create a budget, and this is the hard part, stick to it. Of course, things will happen along the way that are not predicted, but you can still plan for those events even if they're not foreseen at the current moment. But even before creating a budget, you need to figure out where your money is going today. Do you know where, how, and why you spend every single dollar this month, last year? Many people will tell you that you do not need to be precise here, but I totally disagree with this. Why? Because every dollar you spend today is a dollar not working for you in the future and generating a passive income. This means that you are not positioning yourself for financial freedom in the future. Do you want to stay in your current financial situation? That situation can be good, can be okay, but for some of us, this is a miserable situation, so I'm sure you do not want to stay there. Therefore, we need a way to track every single dollar. Let's call those dollars your employees, and figure out what to do with them. There is not many ways to do this beside recording what you spent, how, when, and why. This process will be annoying, but it is very important for you to do if you want to get out or improve your situation. There are many tools on the market that can help you to achieve this task, but I will show you what I have personally done since 1997. Yep, for the last 23 years. Call me crazy, but I know exactly where every single dollar went in the last 23 years. If I go back 25 years ago, I was in a very precarious financial situation. I was desperate, not knowing what to do. And then my father told me that I should start tracking my expenses. At the time, I started with a simple Cardex, and over time it evaluated in an Excel file. Knowing where each single dollar went and why, I realized that many of those expenses were not necessary. Removing them, I was able to start planning for my future. Let me show you how I took control of my spending. Keep in mind that unless you control your spending, there is no way you will ever get wealthy. For now, let me go on my computer. I will show you my spreadsheet, explain you how it works. Hi again. So now we're on my computer and I will show you the file that I was talking about. The file basically contains a summary tab in 12 months, 1 month for each month of the year, of course. And within the summary, basically you have a header file for each month. So in each of the single columns here, you will have the result or the compilation or a specific month. So in the first column here, in the column D, it's separated in different categories, and in each categories, you will have different items. So let's say here, in the category income, this is your personal income, then everything that can be an income for you, right? So bonuses, business income, dividends, income taxes, return, interest, net salaries. Here, this file is meant to work with net salary, not gross salary. The reason why is basically you spend your net salary, not your gross salary. So it makes it much better for you to plan based on what you have in your pocket than to try planning and figure out before and after tax and everything. So basically, the amount that is deposited in your bank account, this is the amount that you're working with. Okay, so different categories. So you have your personal income, the income of your partner, and then from the section income here, the total income, and then we go in the expense one. And this is, generally speaking, where the troubles start, right? So the expense that you have at the office, all transportation, cars, cab, taxi cab, Uber, Lyft, and anything else that you may have. This includes accessories for your car, gas, maintenance, payment for the car itself, the plates, the repairs, seasonal preparation, and unfortunately, tickets, parking tickets, speed ticket, whatever, which you should never have, of course, but things happen, right? So the house, everything in your house, starting from the cable, utilities and everything, personal expenses, businesses, and so on. So all those categories here, you will find them in every single month. So January, February, March, and so on. So now if we look at a specific month here, and in the file, I'm giving you the month of September as an example, right? So you will have, and let me put a notice here, those number of fakes, they are not my real numbers. I do not want you to know, anyway, at this point, how much I earned or I spent or anything like that. It's not the point. So from there, let's say this month, I got a paycheck on, let me look in my calendar here. I got a paycheck and paid twice, 26 times a year. So that's mean about 2 to 3 times a month. And then I got a paycheck this month, the 4th and the 18th. The next one will be on the 2nd. So now we are in the month of September, right? So on the month of 4, I know that ahead of time. So I will start entering the information right at the beginning. So this is not my real salary, of course, but this will be net money that you have. So let's say the name is Joe Blow. He earned, let's say, $6,000 per paycheck, minus taxes, all deductions. So he received in his bank account $4,000 twice a month. So in this case here, it is the 4th of the month and the 18th of the month. The guy is lucky enough to already have some passive income. It's dividends, so he received a monthly dividends of $600. We will talk about that much later on down the road in the process. And then he has another side hustle that generate money here and there, but it's not predictable. So it is $75. So the way that I work in that spreadsheet is everything that I know ahead of time, that I know is going to happen, that I can't predict, right? As income, I put it in green. Salary is predictable, dividends are predictable, but my hustle business or that personal hustle business is not predictable, right? So you do that for your own personal income, you do that for your partner income, and then you do have each single day of the week, what are the income that you get, right? And of course, at the end of the month, so you know for each item, like in bonuses at the end of the month, well, this month I have not received anything, but I did receive $8,000 in income this month, and my personal not me, but the personal income will be $8,675, okay? So you do that for all income that you have, for you, your partner, your kids, and everything in the household, if it is the way you work, or simply for you. So from there, you go with expenses that you have, right? Some people at the office, they have coffees, they have vending machine, lunch, and so on. So you add those things here. And then every time you go for lunch or you take a coffee, you add, right? So now let's say today we are at work, we are the 28th. So what I will do is I bought the coffee, and on the 28th, this cost me 0.75 cents, right? Then here you go, I put my expense there. Okay, so from there you go for every single categories. Transportation, so in this case here, the person this month used Uber 3 times, 2 times, needed to put gas in his car, and unfortunately the person got a speed ticket. Things happen. Okay, let's move on. And then houses. Right? You do have cable, you have cell phone, you have laundry machine, if you do, if you don't. This I try to merge for someone living in the house, someone living in the apartment, and so on. So laundry, furniture, and so on. And every time you have an expense, you go and add it. But here the interesting thing, right? I know that I will either have a mortgage or a rent. So this is green. The other columns, the other expenses are coming as is. Cell phone, I know it's coming. And here I know that I will have internet. But that person is lucky enough to have a side hustle. Therefore, the internet can be split between him and the company. And here we do have something in yellow. And I put them in yellow because this is something that occurred once that I know it's not going to occur again. And this was, let's say, my own personal expense here. And I bought $300 tools to work something at my church, so etc. Right? So remember, these are not my real numbers, but I just figure out that here will show you an example of real life. And then you move on, right? So if it's known, it's green. If it's not known, it's a different color. And then you do that for every single things, including insurance, port, but also investment. Remember, to get out of the rat race, you need to invest money. And therefore, every time you receive a paycheck, what is the rule? You must pay yourself first. And here you go. $4,000 in salary for that person. That person invested from the get-go, automatic deduction from his paycheck, $500. And then from there, the person, because the person is able to budget everything, was able to also put a $350 here and other investments. So now, this is the beauty of it, right? It's annoying, I understand, entering all of those things, but the important thing is at the end, when you will look at your numbers, you will know exactly what, when, where, and how. Therefore, you are now in position to plan, to start budgeting. So the first step that you have to start today is figure out where the money is going. So every single thing, do not ask, continue living the way you are and then just plug the numbers. At the end of the month, you will see, oh man, I went to the corner store and I bought for $100 of chocolate bar, Cokes, and everything at the end of the month. So that means next month you will be a little bit more careful, right? So now you're getting a better conscience of your spending. And from there, once you are stable in your spending, then you can say, well, now this is my budget. We will work on the budget in the next video. So now all of this is with formulas and everything. All the numbers that you are entering here are reported in the summary. So now here in the month of September, I already plugged some numbers here as an example. If you remember, we had dividends and businesses and things like that. Therefore, I did plug the number here. I had my salary, I had my side hustle, and so on, the 75 cents coffee that we just entered before, the gas and everything. And now the interesting thing is, at the end of the month, I know that I spent what? $4,038. But here, I did receive an income, $8,000 and a little bit more, $8,600. And therefore, if I do my revenue minus my expenses, I know that this month I am in green. So I have $4,636.69. Okay, what should I do with that? I should invest it. If you like this video, you may not like the process, but if you like the video until now and believe that it will help you to get out of the rat race, like this video, help me to promote this knowledge on YouTube so that many other people can receive this message. It is time to take action, to take your first step towards your financial freedom. This is not an easy step, but it is necessary and you must be systematic with it. You will be discouraged along the process. This is hard, but you will have so many realizations along the way regarding your spending and how you can save some extra dollars here and there. Between now and the next video, please download the expense tracking Excel file that you will find in the description below. Start to enter all known and fixed expenses for this month and this year's, like rent or mortgage, transportation like car payments, public transit, and so on. Everything that is fixed, current, recurring every single month. Once you have completed this exercise, in the summary tab of the Excel file, you will immediately know your basic cost of living. This is the amount needed before you start buying a bag of chips of Coke or anything else that you think you need. Unfortunately, some of you will realize that you are already in financial trouble and that major action needs to be taken. You may have to downsize. This is not pleasant time or pleasant news to hear, but it is necessary for you to set yourself in a brighter future. From there, every time you spend $1, enter the information in the system each and every day of the month for each categories. The idea is to understand the difference between the needs and the wants of your lifestyle. Needs are necessary for your survival on this earth. Wants are all the small pleasures that you're buying yourself along the way, chocolate bars, bag of chips, or anything else. Those are killing your financial freedom. Never stop this process even once you have a solid budget in place, otherwise you will simply lose tracking of your expenses and therefore your budget will become worthless. Between now and the next video, download the expense tracking Excel file found in the description. Start tracking your expenses. And in the next video, we will learn how to convert that precious information in an actionable budget. Until then, act now and dream on. See you next time. Bye.